Well, welcome. You are listening to The Gift of Freedom, or you may be listening to Black History Radio on Blog Talk Radio. We definitely thank you for tuning in. We have an absolutely wonderful guest and topic for this evening. I know my whole childhood was kind of framed around the idea of Barbie and dolls and that whole standard of beauty and European standard beauty, I guess I should say. And I think we all kind of had that, and we all wanted to be Barbie. And I had like 30 different Barbie dolls throughout my childhood. And if I had dolls like this, let me tell you, I had one black Barbie doll out of all of the Barbies I ever owned in my life. I had one black Barbie doll. But these are not your average Barbie doll. They are not Barbie at all, actually. They are us, these dolls. And we are going to be talking to Karen Bird. She is the creator of these dolls, Natural Girls United. Let me give you the website right now, right at the top of the show, so we can go out and start ordering these dolls, because we all need them for our daughters, for our granddaughters, for our nieces, for ourselves, to be perfectly honest. But check out naturalgirlsunited.com and just take a look at the beautiful, beautiful work that Karen does. I mean, these dolls are absolutely amazing, and it's just I'm just overcome really with how she was able to really capture the beauty of people of color through the hair of these dolls, because that was always the main thing about a Barbie, was the hair wasn't right. You tried to cut it, you tried to braid it, you tried to plait it. It just didn't really behave like your hair did, and you never really quite knew why, and that was always a sticking point with Barbies for me anyway, personally. But these dolls look like us, their hair looks like us, they're beautiful, they come in all different colors, caramel, mocha, chocolate, honey, and they're just gorgeous, and I think they're just a wonderful, wonderful way for our young ladies to see themselves in, toys. And I think people trivialize toys sometimes as just that, just a toy, but it makes a huge difference in your self-esteem and in the formulation of your self-image growing up, and we definitely need to see these images that look like us when we're playing, as well as in the rest of our lives. So I'm very, very excited to speak with Karen. These are custom dolls, and I can only imagine what the process is for making these dolls, because, again, when you see the hair, it's absolutely incredible. So I'm very, very excited to talk about Karen. Is Karen on the line yet? Do we have Karen yet?
Yes, thank you so much for that introduction. That's wonderful.
Karen, thank you so much for these dolls. These dolls are absolutely amazing. And one more time, I'm just going to let everybody know where they can go to get them. naturalgirlsunited.com. I'm just going to be shouting that out throughout the whole show, because I just think the dolls are absolutely wonderful. But I think in the other research that I've been doing about you, before we can talk about the dolls, I think we probably need to talk about your own natural hair journey.
Sure. Growing up, it's very strange, because my mom, she had a beautiful afro. So I grew up with a woman that had natural hair, and I had that image of my home where, Black beauty was an amazing thing. But somehow along the way, images from TV, from billboards, magazines, from, the kids in school kind of contradicted that message. And so I got the message that straight hair was beautiful and light skin was beautiful, and having, bone straight hair long down your back was what you're supposed to have to be a beautiful woman. And then it got to the point where I didn't feel right. So this is not me. I feel like I'm living a lie. Let's say that having a perm or a weave is a bad thing, but just for myself, my own personal feelings as far as who I am, it didn't feel right. I feel like I was living a lie. So that's when I started to reconnect with who I am and what I am as a person. And, if someone wants to, process their hair with chemicals, and if that one makes them feel beautiful, then that's what they should do. And so it was very confusing. And then as a parent, my own children, we go to stores, we can't find dolls, or we really find dolls that look like them or have their hair texture. So I'm like, well, if there's ever a point in my life where I'm able to try to do something different with dolls and try to, customize the hair so they have hair look like ours, I'm going to take it. So I started making a few dolls, and I started showing them online, and people loved it. You could tell me if you want a doll that has a light, medium, or dark skin tone. You could tell me if you want the hair to be an afro, curls, braids, dreadlocks from there.
I think about how hard it was to do anything else to my Barbie's hair besides what was already done when it came in the box. And
right.
They able to kind of create these hairstyles to make them look, very natural and just, you have the twist and the corkscrew curls and the locks and the updos and even the shorter hairstyles. I mean, I can remember cutting my Barbie's hair, and once you cut it, it's ruined. You're not really getting a style out of a cut hair Barbie doll because it's done. But you have short hairstyles. You have, it's like, what is that kind of? I guess without getting too technical, how does that process work for you?
There can't be too specific on how I do it, but basically, we all start off with straight hair, and I take the hair and either customize it to have a style or take the hair off and add my own blend to it.
Okay, wow. So that sounds like a pretty labor-intensive process.
Yes. So it's so funny because I get a lot of requests for wholesale orders from from London or from the Netherlands or things like that, and it's like I would love to have this brand represented in other parts of the world, but it's just hard to have wholesale orders filled when they want you to basically lower the cost of all the dolls in order for them to make a profit. And the thing is that each doll, it takes so much time and money to put into making each doll that it would be basically impossible for me to lower the cost of each doll so that they can make a profit for wholesale. So each doll cost is a lot of time, a lot of money to make each one, but it's like a labor of love, and I really enjoy each doll that I make. So that's what's the good thing about it.
About on average, how long does it take to make each doll, would you say?
Some dolls it's half a day, some dolls it's 2 days. It just depends on what the style is. But usually I like to spend a day for each doll just to kind of take time with it. So anywhere from a day to 2 days.